And hello, welcome guys to Double Tap, a podcast dedicated to the FGC, of course, powered by Mash Those Buttons. I hope you guys are excited. I'm, of course, Meza, and I'm here with Static Gorilla. What's going on, man?
Hey, dude, what's up? Yeah, we're here. It's been a long week, even though it hasn't really been that long. What is it, 6 days since our last?
But we're here. It could be that way.
I don't know. It's all right. But yeah, we're missing another tag team partner. Well, now it's not a triple threat. We're just tag teams now.
I mean, we're Dudley Twins. It's all good.
Dudley boys.
3D. Yeah. I mean, I prefer Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy, but that's a whole different story. A different era, technically.
No, same era, but they're all old. Anyway. But yeah, no Crash Tag today. He is currently busy. He'll be here next week. We promise that. And you'll see his eyes, or maybe you won't. I don't know. But yeah, or hear his voice. So no worries. It'll be myself and Meza holding it down for this week once more for episode 350.
Yep. And of course, guys, we did end up doing a poll and a question of the week. So we are going to jump right into that. And first, we're going to start off with the bigger one, which was, did you see yourself coming back to Dragon Ball FighterZ with the rollback? And on our poll, we actually had, for one side, for the Spotify side, we had a 83.3% as saying no, a tough no. And for the yes side, we had a 16.7%, which I can understand. But of course, on our other side of things, on our Twitter, we actually had an 82.6% saying yes and a 17.4% saying no, which is very interesting because those are like complete counter different parts, right? So I personally did not. Did you?
I did play. Wait. Yeah, ask the question again. It is about the beta, right? The Dragon Ball beta.
Did you see yourself coming back because of the robot?
Of course. However, then I realized I wasn't that good at the game anymore.
Did that deter you from like playing longer?
A little bit, yeah. I was not in the mood.
Yeah, that was quick.
Like, well, also because I wanted to learn new characters, but I also wanted to, play the beta. Feel like how it felt online, and it felt really good. So definitely go check it out. It's all you got to do is you have the game on Steam, just change it to the client beta.
Oh yeah, definitely. A little weird, but still pretty interesting. I know Skullgirls did that. But yeah, if you guys still are interested in giving us more information on whether you enjoyed it or not, you can definitely, of course, hit us up on Twitter. But we also had a question of the week, which was, with the new balance patch and updates, how do you see this changing the future landscape of Killer Instinct? On our Spotify side, we actually had someone, Christian41, say that I think it's a big move for sure with the massive moves fighting games have been making. This makes me think that a proper sequel of KI is now on the way, with generous Microsoft funding behind it. So that's a pretty interesting take on it. And on our Twitter side, we had DLKGL Blaze said it can thrive if the people who really want to play it get the Windows version, since it has ranked crossplay and therefore the bigger player base. I'm all for it. I definitely think it was a good move, an interesting move, due to it being before things. But with the update, I definitely think the landscape is going to get a lot better for Killer Instinct, and maybe even convince other games to try to do the same.
Yeah, I was trying to find out. I was trying to find where I bought the game or where I had it. So eventually, I'll get back into the swing of things.
I mean, if you didn't buy it, it's okay. You can always just play it for free.
I have it on X. Well, and then it's the cycling characters, which yeah. But I have it on Xbox One, which is a dust cloud over there. So
yeah, my bad, Dame.
My bad. Thing. Yeah, my bad, Big Dame. Big Dame.
Yeah, I mean,
Xbox fanatic.
As long as you play DOA, it doesn't matter. You just say I play DOA now, and then you're good. He'll be like, "Oh, finally, thank you."
I play old DOA.
Oh, well, DOA 4 or 3?
2. 2 and 5.
3 is for me. The Ultimate Edition, though, because like the Ultimate Collection one, that one's to me the most I put time into. But of course, thank you guys for answering the poll and the question. Whereas we will be talking a little bit later about our next poll and question later on in the show. But we're going to be jumping into a little bit of MK action as we will be talking about the new Quan Chi trailer, which is very interesting because You know, it's weird when we know the character's coming, but it's always interesting to see what changes. His structure for his body seems a lot smaller. I think that's just because old MKs were like buff. Every character was like buff, so he just looks a little skinny.
I mean, we're also used to seeing a big old head on the side of the arcade machine when it came to like Mortal Kombat 4. However, yeah, I figured, and also Chameleon's in the background too as a cameo. This trailer was very good, but man, I never knew he had access to a Kraken or a demon, whatever you want to call it. But geez, instantly with the portals and throughout the trailer, like give you Noob's Highbot vibes.
Yeah, I mean, I really like that he. I don't really know what the purple is yet. I'm waiting for the combat cast, which we're probably gonna end up getting like somewhere tomorrow or something like that.
So I will explain. That was Jade, Chameleon using Jade's projectile invul.
I meant seeing what he does, Quan Chi, a little bit more. I mean, I like the Chameleon though; that's pretty cool. But before we get into Chameleon, I definitely think Quan Chi has a pretty interesting set of moves because it's not like how we've seen before, where he's putting you through portals as much or anything like that. He's kind of putting himself through portals with the kicks and the punches. So I think it's a little bit of a different take, but I don't know what to think. It's weird not seeing the bats. Now we're seeing like this kind of like octopus tentacle limb come out, and he has the capturing now, which is pretty cool. Like I guess you could say a cage. So he's kind of still Quan Chi. It's just a little bit. Well, no, it's a lot of difference.
Yeah, so like a lot of what he's doing. Well, so what I felt like he was very privileged in the sense of having the ground bounces galore. He has a lot of he can use the tentacle thing to swipe up and bring down with the ground bounce, and then even do more air combos into ground bounce. As you saw, one part of the he has a couple of air combo techniques, or just even ground bounces, sort of like Sub-Zero does, in order to extend the combos. And we're at the fatality part now, and he just turns you into roast beef. Kind of disgusting. It's just puts you into layers. But yeah, so I'm liking him. Apparently he's really close to like MKX, so to speak, but I think he's sort of I don't know. I don't really play him in any other games.
He doesn't have the make you walk back thing. He doesn't have the bats. It's kind of like, it's just a new Quan Chi, honestly, it feels like, which is nice. It's nice to have something new and refreshing.
Yeah, I do like it looks like he's going to be pretty lame. He has a bunch of like different fireballs. He actually has a fireball that goes diagonal down, which that's attractive to me because Sindel doesn't have that. So I might be using him. He does look like my style. Also, it looks like he's also enhancing some of his he has different enhancements. So he's like has a green skull to sort of throw out one fireball, and then those purple skulls look like they also throw out so he's enhancing there, and then does that floor move. And then the purple ones you see later on, those activate those portals, and they eat up other projectiles, so that's pretty good too. Obviously a counter to Shang Tsung or anybody else who's being stingy and throwing things at you. But yeah, let's talk about Chameleon. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say real quick, I was really gonna say it feels like he's kind of like Shang Tsung, but like definitely a counterpart. I definitely could see it. But yeah, Chameleon looks really interesting, giving you the invisibility, like the invul to projectiles. I don't know if that's also going to be physical attacks, but definitely saw it on projectiles where you glow purple. I don't know if this is going to be a running theme for them, where they're just giving characters the ability to get around zoners. I don't know if that's the right move for cameos, but it looked like she had her Chameleon, because I keep seeing other bodies. Chameleon kind of has this interesting take, has an airlift, has I think it's Jade's spinning staff. So it's interesting moves, but I don't know where it's going to tie in, where characters who kind of already have jumpable, cancelable moves can do that. Because it seemed like Chameleon's ambush was the float in the air, or the ability to be invul. Not too sure. Like I said, I would love to see when they come out with the combat cast on that to kind of get more in depth, so we can get a little bit more information. But it's interesting.
If we pause it here, apparently he comes out in December 14th, so that's about 10 days from today, and then for early access. And then she's coming out in January. So again, they're just trickling all of the downloadable content in there. And plus, we got a little tease of Peace Peacekeeper. Is it Peacekeeper or Peacemaker?
Peacemaker.
All right.
Oh, I think it's good they do that in between. The character is not coming out the same time as the cameo because we have that long, like 2-month stint. I think to put the character in the middle will make it perfect and make you feel very comfortable, like you're getting something down the road. Plus, I'm sure we're going to see some December costumes maybe, or some New Year's costumes to go with that. So that might be the additional reason why they're not putting the cameo out just yet, so that they can extend into this to the next character.
So yeah, and the chameleon thing, it looks like she has different attachments. Like she can become Katana Melina or Jade. So the staff thing, it looks like I don't know. I guess okay, so that's where the activation is. I guess you can sort of activate it like Tremor does. I haven't played with Tremor yet, so I don't know exactly how to maneuver between those, but it does seem also the grab that she does at one point is the old Jade grab from Mortal Kombat 3. After she does the swipe, she does the old sort of like toss. It's very weird right here, and stabs in, and that's the old toss from the Mortal Kombat 3. So that was pretty cool, a good callback. So obviously Mortal Kombat is in there with the Easter eggs there. Really like that. Yeah, no, I thought it was a pretty cool trailer. Again, he looks like somebody I would use. Chameleon is definitely somebody that I feel like is another one that uses. By the way, did you see the Raiden like tackle out of that little skeleton? It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say I definitely like the skull for Quan Chi, where he does the enhanced version, where it's an EX. I guess it's like the enhanced version that grabs you and puts you through the portal, and you can get a combo. But I do think his fatal blow is a little lackluster. I mean, it didn't feel that good. It felt kind of bland. And I wonder if this is like them trying to go more towards that like not so bad, fatality style to make it more acceptable for people to be able to play because they can't turn off blood, obviously. I don't know if that's the way to go, but it just seems a little lackluster. I mean, his fatality is cool. I wish he would have had a little bit more, like they would have stayed inside the frames and it would have been like almost like a collage or like a mural or whatnot. That would have been kind of cool, but
I guess because he's always had like very weird fatalities. I mean, this one was just, I felt like there was just an extra step that needed to be taken place. But hey, I'm not one to deal with I don't want to say like I'm not making the fatalities. I'm not here for the for the I guess cutting up of Sub-Zero.
Yeah, I mean, to each its own. Lisi's not cutting up characters. We absolutely like. If you did it to Omni-Man, it would have been terrible, right? How are we gonna look at that and be like, oh man, Omni-Man just got cut up like that? If you guys didn't know, he's still alive. Yeah. Still alive in the show. So it's a little too early.
Imagine if you do it to Omni-Man, that's the glass breaks instead. But anyway.
I can't be cut in half. I'm invincible. No, I can't say that.
Right. Oh, I'm in, and then it'll show the screen and say invincible.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
I hope they bring Mark into the game. He would be a pretty cool addition to the game. But Quan Chi out December 14th. Definitely something to look forward to, considering we're gonna have to wait quite a while for the next set of characters, and we don't know what the next cameos are gonna be. Which I think that's the one thing I think they did not reveal, that we did not find out through leaks, was the cameos. I think that's been the best kept hidden secret, and I kind of like that. But like I said, I hope they keep working on the cameo system, because considering that the cameos have been kind of lackluster, people say Tremor's really good, but I'm like, he still looks like I'm stuck in the mud. I would hope they think about putting more higher ambush based characters. Like instead of one ambush, they have two. That would be kind of, ambush is when they can move freely, right? Not crazy, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. I would like them to add more characters with two ambushes instead of one. That's a weird word to say with the S on it. I would prefer them to do that a little bit more, to get away from this weird system where only specific moves are, and then it becomes very hard for people to incorporate that into other characters.
Well, I'll be honest, there are some leaks. I'm not going to explain them, but two of them have been correct. So Tremor and Chameleon have been correct. There are apparently three more, which I will not get into. It's time.
Did they reveal the leak for that? That's all I want to know.
Apparently so. There was some. The leaks have been. What do you mean reveal? What do you mean?
Just like they said, like, oh, this is what it would be.
Apparently,
they just say memes. Okay, well, we'll match it up when Crash Tag gets back. We'll have to see if those might match up down the road and make a bet on that or something. But
yes,
with that being said, guys, we are gonna take a quick ad break so that you guys can go get some water. We'll go get some water and we'll be right back. Sit tight and we'll get into some Tekken 8 after this. And of course, welcome back, guys. You know, that ad break, whew, I don't know what you guys saw, but I would imagine it was great. But we're going to be jumping right into Tekken, where we are going to have some Tekken 8 Steve action and some Leo.
So this one, at least the Steve one, went for me. It went under the radar only because I mean, they did announce the entire cast, and I believe it was a couple weeks ago when they had the full, what was it? The trailer for, is her name Reina? They did state that they were going to release every week a trailer for the characters that haven't had a trailer on their own. So obviously Steve Fox, an old favorite since Tekken 3, I want to say. He is the guy that has no kicks. It's a stomp. Yeah, he's looking quite dare I say Balrog-ish, and I don't know, quite the same. I don't know his move pool, so maybe he's looking some type of new. What do you think?
I mean, he still looks like Steve. I don't really know how you can make Steve too different. Just because he's kind of one of those characters that, like, once you've already added all the boxing moves, you're really going to be digging deep to not try to effectively either break the character or make him completely worthless if you remove a move. But nonetheless, he still looks like Steve. I like the new outfit. I hope they put the boxer Steve in there. Seems like he has a new launcher. It seems like he has a new launcher, possibly. But he just seems like Steve. I think this is gonna play towards the Tekken players who love playing Steve. You know, he doesn't really seem like he's, you know, that was a new different grab, because normally he does the jabs around you, I believe, unless that's a side grab. But yeah, he looks non-combo-y, really, unless you're standing.
Did I say 3? I meant 4. Oh my gosh. I'm really gonna have to throw myself. I'm gonna throw myself out the window for that one. I meant 4. Sorry, he was not on PS1. He was on Tekken 4 on PlayStation 2. My bad.
Jeez.
And somebody just clicked off and was like, "Get out of here." What was that?
How long ago was that?
It was post 2001. 02, 03.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Jeez.
Is that right? Old. Okay, good. Yeah. No, we'll stop it. So yeah, that's Steve's trailer. I mean, again, he's punching. Holy cow, you know. So you said we were going to go. Do you want to check out Leo's as well? I didn't even check out Leo's as well, because again, I'm like, oh, I thought we saw some of these, but I just forgot that we had them revealed. It wasn't exactly a reveal trailer. I got you in just a second. Homie.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'll be able to tell you more about Leo and the changes, because Leo has some specific moves that are pretty easy to spot out if there's anything different. But I think the biggest thing before we jump into Leo, which we could jump into it at any point, Steve seemed to have the Dempsey role in his Rage art this time, which is really cool. I look at it, I'm sure old boxers will know that move in the particular fighter, but I will say it from an anime perspective. Hajime no Ippo, that's where I first saw it, and that's how I know it. That was really cool to see at the end. He had the multiple side to sides. I would have liked to see him do the uppercut and finish with that, but he did it straight instead. So that's pretty cool. Nonetheless, I think that we're seeing Tekken kind of use some of the old and keep some of the new for other characters. I'm pretty sure more detail oriented, very hyper specific players will be able to tell you more about Steve, what's changed from what they could see there. But from what it looked like Steve for the most part.
Okay, no, yeah. So yeah, you tell me about Leo. While I've only remember Leo showing up in what videos 4 as well. See, I'm not good on Tekken.
4.
You gotta forgive me. Was it 4? Okay, cool.
4. So I really have always been a fan of Leo, because there's a character in Virtual Fighter named Lion, and they have very similar movesets. But whoa, that's new. Whatever that was new. Leo's always been a really cool character because it seems like karate, but it's not. At least I don't think it is. But I don't know. I don't remember what it's called. But yeah, no. This it seems like this is still Leo. Still has the rising knee, which is cool. I think that's a forward like 2-4, forward 1-4, or 1 forward 4. But yeah, it seems like Leo's still kind of the kid-like character of the game. With Asusina, I think that would make it pretty interesting. Yeah, there's
doesn't age at all.
Yeah, never. I do still see a lot of the same movesets from Leo, which is cool.
Bro, you saying you do? Okay, I was about to say
I do see a lot of the same movesets. There was like 1 or 2 new moves that I thought was really cool, but I mean, it's been a while. And yep, that's forward 2 or back. No, it's back 2, I believe. I don't know if that's gonna change or back 1. No, it's back 1.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, that was weird. That's a new thing that Leo has. Leo getting some tools. That's pretty cool. I wonder if Leo's gonna be able to use that in mid-match where they can use the grappling hook somewhere. I don't know.
The rage art or the height. What is it? Heat gauge. That'd be
rage
cool.
drive or heat gauge. Yeah, because we don't have rage drive anymore. That is heat gauge. So yeah, Leo kind of looking fresh to some point. I do like the new outfit. I think the new outfit gives that updated, more city grimy look to it, even though it looks really clean. But yeah, I think that they've done such a great job with Tekken 8, bringing back original characters and updating their outfits. That's kind of something we talked about before, and Leo's definitely no exception to that. Definitely cleaner outfit, looks way more detailed than before. I don't know, I might play Leo after playing Law, because I'm forced to play Law when the game comes out.
Is that the law of the land? Anyway, so it looks like in these particular trailers, it also did look like we were getting some and I believe it has been confirmed according to Tekken's Twitter that we are getting rival intros. So sort of special introductions. So some of those that you've seen obviously with like Hwoarang and Jin, or even Steve and King. They're also the one that Tekken was actually promoting there. But we saw in the trailer for Steve one with Hwoarang, and we also saw obviously just now Leo versus Asusena. So something that Crashtag has been talking about for many weeks and always in the Trello, or the Trello is what we use to to put our sources. But even in our Discord, we've been talking like bring back interactions. The Guilty Gear is full of interactions in the old games, whereas like or even in Street Fighter Third Strike, where you have like Hugo and Alex and like Ryu and Ken bump fists, all of that kind of stuff.
CVS2 has it too. CVS2 has the most. Like if Akuma comes out and it's is it Evil Regal or God? I don't think it's God Regal, something like that. If they both come out at the same time, they both do the Raging Demon, if I'm correct. He does the EX Fireball, and Akuma does the slide across. It's cool, man. We need those interactions back. I think that's what makes us as players get really excited. I think, did they have it in Cross Tekken as well? I think.
No, because Street Fighter 4 didn't have any of that.
They had it amongst the 2 characters that I do remember.
Maybe,
but
yeah,
no, man, we need to get some of that stuff back. That'd be nice.
Specialized intros are dope.
Yeah, one day we'll get it back, but till then, we're gonna keep receiving more costumes, because that's what we're gonna talk about next, which is gonna be all the Street Fighter 6 costumes and the cost of them, if you guys didn't know. So that's gonna become kind of a bit of a hot topic that I think we're gonna kind of jump into. But before we jump into it, I would like to pose the question of the week, as well as the poll of the week for this particular topic, because Street Fighter is going to be one of our main topics. The question of the week is going to be, what are your thoughts on Capcom's $6 Street Fighter 6 costumes without being able to directly purchase $6 in fighter coins? I want to know what you guys think. And then for our poll, which we will post up later when the episode, of course, is out and you're available to hear it, you should see it on Twitter. It will be, and also on Spotify. Did you buy Street Fighter 6 Outfit 3? Real quick, Gabe, did you buy it?
Nope.
Me neither. But you know who did?
Any other money? Who did?
My roommate.
Yep. Did he buy all of them?
He buys all of them. There's no way he wasn't going to buy all of them. Except for if he could avoid buying certain ones, he would. But he'd still buy them all because everybody uses them. You know, somebody's going to use the costumes. That's how he sees it. But yeah, jumping into the Street Fighter 6 character, the costume costs, which I think is a pretty interesting topic. With it being, they did a deep dive on Reddit where all the Street Fighter 6 costumes, costume 3 cost $99.98 in total. That to me is a little insane.
More than the game.
I would say that's DOA status. So in DOA, they used to do this thing where they would outsource to get a company's skins like Attack on Titan and all different kinds of promotional things that are big, and they would throw it into the game, and those would cost you up to $50 to like $60, or sometimes it's $30 depending on how big it is. But we did a breakdown on it. It was like 2.2k for all of the DLC, and that was after looking at, you know, all of it added up. This is kind of expensive.
No,
some of them are not. Some of them are not worth that much. So right. I think it's kind of weird.
We did talk about. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, especially someone like Luke's costume, and Blanca's, who's coming back with the same costume.
Right. Yeah, we did talk about that last week. Go ahead and check that out if you'd like. But yes, they're good costumes, sure, but it's just cosmetic, and or I don't know if they come with those extra stickers or no, but yeah, and one of our listeners, Leonix, in the Discord, where you can also join us in the conversation. We had a pretty lengthy conversation about it. I'm gonna go down this list real quick. He said if you were to buy, hypothetically, by the way, you can't just buy 300 fighter coins. You have to apparently, so if you're getting one costume, which is about $10, you'd have about 200 coins left. And then let me see. Only on a couple, if you buy 5, you'll have 0 coins left. If you buy 10, which is $55, you'll have 0 coins left. 15 at $84, you'd have 0 coins left. And then all 18 or $100, you'd have about 100 fighter coins left. So like, I don't even think I see them discounting this at all. Because they're gonna probably be premium fighter coin amount of points for their entire time. You know, right now certain costumes are only of what? Well, I think it's 50 fighter coins or something like that. But I don't even know how to find or buy fighter coins. I know it's through Steam or something, but I'm not even.
It's discouraging.
Exactly.
It's pretty discouraging to realize that you just sold your soul to a gacha game where you got to pick your outfits that are preset, right? So we're talking about $100 process, and it's $100 fee, processing fee at that. I don't know if I would want to do this, considering I play a lot of gachas, and this is like their format. They'll do like $5. They'll do the $1 special. That's one time only, $1.99 special, only one time, and then $3.99, and then it goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, jump the gap to like 35, 50, and then so on, right? So this is kind of insane. I don't know the purpose of buying. I don't even think anybody should just pay $100. I think at most, I still think 50 is kind of high.
Hey, some people just want them, and that's cool, but I ain't doing it. It's fine. I can see the costumes whenever I fight whoever's wearing them. That's it. I'm good with that.
Yeah, I mean, like, for me, if I was playing the game a lot and I really love the game and I love the character that I played, I'd buy like probably the Cammy costume and maybe the Chun-Li costume. So that's already like 600, right? Like, I've already spent too much money. and then I look at every other costume and I'm like, damn, these are also cool costumes, but if I don't play those characters, maybe I shouldn't drop the 50. So I don't know. Maybe it's for you guys to decide. I'm not telling you not to buy it. We're not telling you not to buy it, but we're also telling you it's pretty steep pay for some costumes with some returning costumes that are not maybe the most enticing for these prices. And I would say buy at your own risk. If you maybe want to save maybe half of that, buy maybe 2 or 3 costumes you like, and then maybe save to buy another pack. I think we got to also see if these go down in price, right? That's going to be a big thing because it's a hot commodity at the moment. People want the Jury skin, people want the Chun-Li skin, people want the Manon skin. So I wonder if these are going to get cheaper when new costumes come out. And if that does happen, which that is the mobile game motto, it's pretty bad. I think people are going to have an uproar about it.
My quick thing about it is, yes, it's very weird. And also, damn, I forgot where I was going. No, I lost it. It's gone.
Let me see if I can jog your memory here. I'll give you one. So the biggest thing for me about these things that they do is you're telling people to buy these costumes, but the costumes aren't even going into Capcom Cup to refinance for maybe the next year or this year to amplify. So you're paying $100 and the $100 is just going straight to the company. So that kind of scares me at the same time because they already made so much money off of the sales for this game being one of the biggest selling games, if not the biggest fighting game selling game current to date, right? If I'm correct? Or is that Mortal Kombat? Right? It's this. Right? I believe off the top of my head,
Mortal Kombat sells more.
True.
They always sell
I think Mortal Kombat sold more.
So I do remember. So I remember the days of me going to get an Xbox Live card for Street Fighter 4 to get certain costumes. Whether it was like the Femme Fatales or the Shoto pack. But again, that was Street Fighter 4. I played those characters, and also it was like buy 5 for like 20. And yeah, they were $5 each, but it was just like after a while they also again, you could use those coins, those credits on other things. It wasn't like you could just use them in only Street Fighter. Those coins that you were using was through the Xbox Live marketplace anyway. This is not. This is still fighter coins within the game, and you're probably not even going to be able to buy anything else off of those fighter coins unless it's like avatar stuff, which nobody's in the mood of buying really, especially since everything is expensive, like the turtles and, well, that's gone now, but you know, all of the above.
I can say the one thing I think that they're doing that's fine is they've kept the game intact when it comes to the system itself. So there's no major bugs, unlike Mortal Kombat, where the price ranges for what's going on and what you have to do, the fixture game, or what you have to do to pay for costumes. Like, so people want the costumes, but some people can't play it on PC, which I think is something that we'll probably have to get into another week. But I think looking at the costumes alone, if you're paying for a game and you're paying for the costumes, something like DOA or something like Street Fighter, I think that's worth the costumes because the game doesn't have a buggy system, whereas other games do.
Another good point about Street Fighter's costumes over Mortal Kombat is you don't have to sign in with a particular costume or a particular sign in for player 1 or player 2 in order to use a costume. Like, if you notice that player 1 has to use a certain sign in to use a costume in Mortal Kombat.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
According to that, unless it's not, but or at least in the older games, remember you had to sign in on the particular account. Like if you go over your friend's house, only player 1 can sort of use like the costumes or even configure the costumes in their own way. Whereas in Street Fighter, you just swipe through whoever's console it is or whoever's sign in it is that has it. Both players can use it. So little things here and there. But anyway. Go ahead and check out, if you want to buy your costume, go ahead and check out the question as well. Let us know your takes on the question of the week.
Yeah, so with that being said, we're going to be jumping into a little bit more of a interesting topic, which is Granblue Arc World Tour. And you can participate in the Granblue. So they put up a Twitter post. Granblue Fantasy Versus Rising is participate. God, that's bad. Is participate in Arc World Tour 2023. 8 players who have won invitations at qualifying tournaments held around the world will compete for the title of world number 1 at the Arc World Tour Finals 2023. So here's a little bit of a thing. People are not too happy about this because there's 2 slots for everyone. And to kind of give you guys a general understanding of what I mean by 2 slots for Asia qualifiers. So example, Asia qualifiers top 2 tournament for that one tournament will be top 2 slots get an entry. EMEA qualifier tournaments, top 2 get into that. NA qualifiers, top 2 gets into that. And last chance qualifiers tournament will also get into that. Keep in mind, March 21st to 23rd in California is where they're going to have the Arc World Tour. But you know what's kind of funny about this Arc World Tour? You know, Gabe?
Let me know.
So, with this, the game comes out December 14th. Do you know what the first tournament is that's having this big event as an Arc Revo stop? Frosty. Awesome.
Frosty? Yeah.
Yes, sir. And you know what that means? They have a total of 1 month to practice this game. 1 month. And then some change. Now, that's kind of like what happened to Mortal Kombat. Right? ECT was the first stop. A little short notice. This is a little bit more notice, but still, if you wasn't going to Frosty's and you had to go now because you were in North America, you are now coughing up almost $120, and that's just for Frosty's alone. Then you have to pay another, let's say, 140, 150 for flights, maybe a little bit more depending where you're coming from, and then you have to make sure you have a hotel or at least a place to stay, which is probably another 200. I don't know, man. This has the ECT vibes all over again, what they did for MK. Don't know if that's a good idea.
Well, I mean, it's the only other one, I guess, in America at that time. That's before March. I mean, they also didn't plan on the game for coming out December 14th. It was delayed. It was supposed to already been out. But after the beta, before the beta, they were like, the beta time, let's give it 1 more month to fix it if we have to fix anything else. So again, it could have been from that. I don't know if there's any like early release. I think that's what it was, right? They have early release of the game?
Nope. No early release. And here's the even more messed up part. So like I believe Cygames Cup Special 2024, it's in January. It's on January 20th to 21st. But I believe that's free entry because I think because of the way Japan does things, you can't pay for being in these events like that. But Kayane Cup is in January as well on the 20th in France. Kind of short notice for everything. It's all crunched into one time frame, which is weird because they could have given another extra month to other, maybe even 2 or 3 to other games like Combo Breaker and other things. But maybe they're trying to avoid clashing with Capcom Cup and EVO and Combo Breaker, and I don't know. This just was really rushed. But my favorite part is they have to do the last chance qualifiers the same time. I believe it's the night before or the same day of. I think it's the same day of. You gotta double check that. But they're doing the qualifiers generally at the same time. And people are not happy. It's something about this running world tours and doing this rapid pace version just does not benefit the players. I understand you want to get promotion, but I think it's just really, really harsh on the players, especially some are college students, some are also, people who work or just got into the working industry. So we're looking at funds and then time taking off is really harsh.
So I did find the release date when in their announcement regarding the release date. The previous date was, of course, November 30th, so it would have been out now. But the new release date is December 14th. However, early access starts on December 11th.
Wow.
So then,
okay, so they get an extra 3 days, but I mean, how much is that really going to affect anything? Like, that doesn't change the fact that today is officially, well, for you guys listening to it, it will be the 5th, but today's the 4th. That was announced on, let's see, that was announced officially on the, that was announced.
This is on the weekend or overnight.
Yeah, it was announced yesterday. If I wasn't going to Frosty's, I wouldn't want to pay for this, and I would have missed out on one of the biggest tournaments. Then I have to focus on the last chance qualifiers, which is in March.
Honestly, if you weren't already going to Frosties and you're an anime player, then you weren't going anyway. I'm just saying.
I mean, that's not true. I feel like there's some people who were not in, who were like, okay, it's maybe around the corner, and I didn't intend to go to this because I thought it'd be later into the world tour. But also, maybe they just didn't have the money for it because they're like, oh, well, I have work, right? Or not the money, but they had work and they couldn't take off, right? They're like, but I'm going to take off for Combo Breaker because let's say Combo Breaker might be a world tour stop. Now it's not. So I feel like it just didn't give people ample time. Compared to ECT, this is a lot more time. But ECT was what, like 3 weeks out, almost.
Yeah. 4? Well, I mean, you can take Street Fighter and Street Fighter and EVO. Street Fighter came out June 6th or 2nd, and EVO was right there in August, beginning of August. So I don't know. Yeah, we'll take what we can, especially with sometimes these games we don't know their announced date until like a month prior. That happened with Mortal Kombat. We didn't know when it was coming out until a month prior. So everybody was like, oh, we'll have this game available if it comes out, and then we have to cancel the tournament. It's not out yet. So there's, unless they have some sort of early access, not that I know of. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. So, I mean, other than that.
Go ahead. No, you're fine. No, you're good.
Hey man, it's all it's your table right now.
Listen, I was just about to take a. Were we taking a break, or do you want to go into this?
Sure, no, we could take a break. EVO Japan. Man. I mean,
okay, cool.
I think that's going to be a lot, so we could take a break.
All right. Well, we'll take a break. We'll sip our teas and cross our eyes, and that was the biggest mistake of my life. All right, we'll take this ad break. We'll be back in just a second. All right. I hope you crossed your T's and dotted your I's now that I got the phrase right. And we just got some news this past weekend about the lineup for EVO Japan 2024. And also an update on what it's going to be like. So first, we're just going to go down the list of the games. Talking about Granblue Fantasy Versus, it's in there. I'm sorry, Granblue Fantasy Versus Rising is in there. Strive, King of Fighters 15, Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6, Under Night, or just basically Uni 2. And those are, I would dare to say, the usual suspects, right? Would you agree?
Yeah. I mean,
all right.
That's perfect the way it is already, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right. Well, and finally, we have the retro. I guess they're also doing a retro game this year, which, unbeknownst to many, Third Strike is coming back. And Japanese Third Strike, let me tell you, when I first went to EVO Japan, and I went to an arcade and I saw these dudes playing. They were like, do you want to play? I'm like, hell no. Did you see what Makoto just did to that dude? No, I am not. I am not getting in there and getting my face wrecked in. I am cool. There was another arcade where some dude just beat me up, and he was like straight out of like on his lunch break, I think. So yeah, I'm listen, I am down for straight up EVO Third Strike goodness, straight out of Japan. There are arcade heads that probably don't have to travel. They just walk there and just like show off and show the competition what it's all about. And I am super excited to see that. I don't know about you. What do you got to say about this lineup? How do you feel?
I mean, I'm particularly, there's only a few games I'm going to watch here. Guilty Gear is not on that list, so you could throw that right down the drain. I will not watch that. Street Fighter 6, I will probably also throw that down the drain. I just don't have any interest in what I've already seen in the Street Fighter Japan League, which I think is kind of already a really good, strong precedent for what we should expect. And also watching Street Fighter League on North America side or just US. Plus, it's just one of those things you kind of know who's at the top. And if you're seeing people play really well already, you're probably going to expect the top 8 to be around there or top 16. So that's cool, right? I'll probably maybe watch a little bit of top 8. But Third Strike, definitely a given. Third Strike's going to be super hype. I hope they do Team's Third Strike just for the hell of it, because it's the retro game. It's only more exciting if they could do that maybe Saturday night into whatever, right? So as an exhibition, fun team tournament thing. I will 100% be watching Granblue Rising. I will 100% be watching Tekken 8. And I will 100% be watching Uni 2, because those are the games, like major games. I like KOF, but I'm gonna be real with y'all, that shit is long as hell. So I'm good.
You don't like
if I catch,
you don't like
I'll
Cronin?
catch top four. I'll catch top four. I'll catch top four, and that's gonna be like 2 hours long. So I'm good. I don't need to sit there for like, at least 16 hours just watching KOF, which is gonna take forever. But no, I do want to see a lot of.
You don't like Cronin mirrors, man? Come on.
I mean, there's not that much of that. It's a little bit. I prefer watching Iori. I prefer watching Iori.
Yuri's, I mean, nobody's using Yuri.
Are you serious?
He has a TOD, sure, but it's like
K. Have you seen K?
Yeah,
I'll watch if there's a K player. Yeah, I'll watch.
But ain't no K. Ks are susceptible to dropping combos. They're not making it.
How dare you say that? Whatever, man. Whatever. I'm not gonna get into that. All I'm gonna say is, you watch whatever you watch. That's cool. But I'm definitely watching. I will definitely be watching Tekken 8. I mean, we probably will. I don't know if we're gonna watch something together. But Tekken 8 is kind of one of the big ones. I think people are going to be really curious about watching to see who kind of comes out as, EVO Japan's champion, because it's a new game, new flavor to it, new excitement. So I definitely want to see that. I feel like some of these games outside of that are a little not as important. So like Under Night's not that important, but it's really big in Japan, right? Granblue, not the biggest because of the COVID situation, but it's getting back to being bigger. So I think for me, those two games kind of take the cake for like the two big games, and then Third Strike, I'm like, oh my god, I'll take Third Strike any day. Although I would have liked to see CBS 2 there.
Yeah, or even Marvel 2. I wonder if they're ever gonna go back to wanting to run Marvel 2 like they were gonna go for 2020.
I don't think
I
don't think in Japan they have it like that. I don't.
But in general,
I don't know. I feel like there's more Third Strike and CBS 2 players. Tons of CBS 2 players. I wish they would have did that, because they have like on the Acho and I forgot his name. Bass. Yeah, Bass. Shouts to Bass.
He's always played.
Great channel. He has these big tournaments, and we always get to see them. So, and there's always either new players or returning players. There's tons of them, like 30, 40 plus. So yeah, I would like to see that happen. But yeah, man, EVO Japan's gonna be dope. Surprised you guys aren't doing this year.
Yeah, well, a good friend of myself and Crash Tag has have a wedding to go to, so that kind of took over. So, yep, things happen, but that's okay. However, there's one thing also about EVO that I wanted to bring up was that EVO Japan actually is going to be a paid event this year. So in the past, it's been a free event due to different things. So I'll just read up real quick of what Mark Julio said. Mark Man, of course, I use his whole name, my bad. So he said that EVO Japan has been a free to enter, participate, or participate since the first one in 2018, which I went to. We are able to do a ticketed tournament event for the first time in 2024. While this is a big change for the attendees, especially in Japan, it will help from the organizational side, especially with the number of buys and no-shows for the tournament. That is something that we've seen a lot, that there were a lot of no-shows. People would just register because it's free and they just couldn't make it. Or now this time you pay, you basically, you're paying to be there. You're in that time period. So it says we are looking forward to this new change of competition and hope to improve the tournament experience for everyone that enters. Not only that, we are also focused on delivering a better event experience as a whole, having events other than the competition, and giving people an opportunity to do more at the event has always been difficult to balance. This time we're working on things similar to the Artist Alley in Las Vegas, but not the same, museum experiences, and a cosplay competition, which we announced earlier this time. So I'm thinking that the Artist Alley might just, maybe there's a different way that they can actually, they probably can't have like artists. I don't know exactly how they would actually be able to do that, or if they're limited in those ways. So maybe that's why he said, but not the same. And there's going to be a lot more news in the coming days, weeks, and months. Really thankful for the publishers and developers coming out together to celebrate fighting games with the community, and let's do our best. So yeah.
So
what's up?
I'm actually interested. So what's really cool is the way they're trying to do it, which I think is smart, because you already set the prize pool, so nobody's gambling technically, right? They're giving the money away. Now, the other thing, which we see Japan do a lot, Korea does it, China does it, don't enter to play, right? Now, them saying ticket it, for those who don't understand maybe, When they say ticketed tournament, that means it's almost like going to a convention. You're not paying to enter the specific game. So you could probably enter everything, but what you're entering is to pay to be at this convention. And it seems like that's what they're going more for, is a convention style, which we've seen EVO over here turn more into a convention style a little bit more and more each year, which the last year was super convention-y. But the one thing is, I hope that the Japanese laws do not find a way to say, this is a loophole, we don't like you doing this, because they're still technically paying, even though they're paying the people to put on a performance and run and pay for the venue, which I think is great. I'm just scared they might try to say, this is a loophole, we can't let you do it. It's only fair.
Yeah. So I'm on the site now. Yeah, but I'm on the site now. Apparently it's like spectator and competitor. Each one you click, if you go to spectator, it takes you down to the list of all the passes. There's a weekend bundle, 3-day, a 2-day, and a 1-day. So there's Saturday, Sunday, and apparently Monday's on the list too. That's interesting. Now also, if you go to competitor, there's a weekend bundle 3-day. It's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or a 2-day pass. And the 2-day pass is like, for a competitor, is 5,000 yen, which is that $50. And the 3-day, for the 3-day bundle, there's a premium, which is 13,000 yen. A one that's regular, which is 9,000 yen, and the standard is 7,000 with free seating or standing. Okay. I mean,
that's very weird.
Yeah, and then the spectator one looks like it's the one to, of course, go for. I mean, it looks like the premium and designated and regular, all those standard seating areas. I guess that's for the finals. Yeah, I'm sure it's be more specific in those things there. So yeah, sounds about right. Okay, yeah. Listen, EVO Japan, paid event. You pay to be there, and you know, be there.
Yeah, you can walk away. Possibly walk away with something at least. Hey, who knows? There's probably other stuff to do there. I mean, it's Japan, right? You're not going to just stay there, but it seems like they're giving you a convention for those days. So take extra if you need it outside of that. But this seems like it's going to be a very nice event that might embrace the whole culture of just Japan in one slot for I would say more touristy type of environment, right? That's what they kind of go for. So I think that would be really nice if they can structure it so that people who don't live in Japan can get a little slice of Japan if they're only there for a few days to experience just this event. But yeah,
I would be down, but again, you know,
too short.
Some other time.
Too short notice. But
no, not
guys,
too short notice. I knew it was that weekend. It's just, you know,
that's too short notice. We're just gonna say it that
wedding
way.
To go to.
Yeah, too short notice. You see,
I mean, it is a Saturday, Sunday, Monday event. So
if you knew beforehand, you could be like, I was just gonna say, if you knew beforehand, you could be like, hey, sorry guys, you're gonna have to move your wedding date.
No, it's fine. It's fine. But it is a Saturday, Sunday, Monday event. Now, if I travel over there, that'd be heading 18 hours into the future. So I'd already be there by Sunday.
Yeah, you're perfect. You don't have to compete. You just have to be there. But with that being said, guys, we're going to jump into some DNF Duel action as they just released Battle Mage as of, I believe it was last night. No, 2 nights ago. Saturday night, 3 a.m. So Sunday morning, 3 a.m.
Oh, the trailer.
Which
dropped?
I know, it dropped. I know it seems like such a weird time, but in Korea, that makes perfect sense. It is the afternoon for them. It is a good time. I love this character. She is so awesome. She has Punto Wave. I'm going to talk a little DFO here, so you guys are going to be like, what the hell is that move? But where she does multiple stabs, it's called Punto Wave, which you'll see multiple times. And if you're not able to watch it, obviously, because you're listening, DFO, it's very inspired by its original creator, which is the person who is helping design the DLC content and direction of the content in general. He has been helping very strongly with this project, and Battle Mage has very strong similarities to DFO, which is Dungeon Fighter Online, and she has from Punto Wave to Full Swing. We didn't really get to see what her chasers do, but she has a hold that's never been something before, but they've created it strictly just for this game, which is pretty awesome to see. Not only that, she has we call it a JM. So she has a dive kick in a sense, which is where she does, I believe it's technically double swing, but she does something cool from the air, which seems to have a lot of priority. We're kind of waiting to see how her trailer, her proper gameplay trailer comes out, but she seems like a really super solid character that we're really enjoying every aspect of what they've released. It's a short trailer though. It's like 40 seconds, man. They're just showcasing some of her moves. A little sad.
It's literally just the song again, like, you know. That's how they did a trailer for every character. I don't know. It's funny. She's cool looking. You know. Yeah, no, I think she's you know, I don't play DNF Duel, but to me it reminded me of Platinum, at least. Is that am I about right? No?
She can remind you of it. She does not play like it. She is a rush down character that sends. So if we're hoping what she does is proper, is every time she hits you with certain specific strings or normals, she gets something called chasers behind her. Usually in the other games, which they didn't show us here, chasers allow her to follow up combos when you are knocked down, like hard knockdown. So she can extend combos longer and longer and longer. We have some ideas what we think she's going to be able to do in this game, but we're not too sure. So we're going to let it kind of ride out and then play her when she comes out. She kind of fits exactly the same aesthetic that she does in DFO, but she has other moves like Force Palm. It seemed like she had press. We didn't get to see Chaser Press. So there's some things there that are missing that we think are like DP or her 4M and stuff like that. So very cool character to see come to the game. We already knew she was, but the best part is she's coming out December 18th, which means she'll be viable for Frosty's Frosting. Plus, it'll give time for us to figure her out or even learn her and play her effectively and efficiently. So I'm excited for that. I'm going to be playing her. We'll see where that goes. But yeah, DNF Duel. Glad you guys got some. We got some news. We got some news for DNF Duel.
Congrats. Pat on your back for that. No problem.
Man, pat on Neopol's back for doing that. We appreciate that. Finally, at least they kept it short. It wasn't like, oh, here in another, like at the end of the month. We just want to release it on December 3rd. Show you on 30th. But
oh yeah,
that's
my favorite. That's my favorite part of these trailers. Yeah, it'll be coming out on sometime in December 2024. Wait, 24? Yes. December 31st, 2024 release date. Anyway,
sorry guys.
Besides that, we have a sick mod finally to end our show. So, have you ever seen? How do I say this? Dragon Ball's in Mortal Kombat now? Is that a thing? Is Goku actually in MK?
Yeah, what hasn't Goku plagued at this point? He is in every game, man.
But I never thought Omniman's moves would actually, like, I never thought into my head, oh yeah, that's totally a Dragon Ball thing, until I saw the mod, and I'm like, oh, he is really Dragon Ball like this makes all types of sense. You know, UI Goku and everything, just like, it's perfect.
Yeah, because he has the Ultra Instinct when he's dodging.
Yeah, like, it all works. Just add the music. Every time he dodges, it's just like ding, ding, ding.
Well, you know they have that already. Somebody actually added that.
Cool.
So there's a few mods that were added for Omniman, like one where if he's dodging, he turns around and he's in a crouch position, but he's in the air and he's showing his ass, so he just does it multiple times. I don't know, man. People are weird, but I think this is definitely a cool mod. It looks a little weird, but it looks really solid for what they're trying to do. It's Goku, man. Goku is in every game. He's scaring everybody. He was in Guilty Gear. Did he make it to BlazBlue? I think he almost made it to BlazBlue. He was in Guilty Gear, though. Like, as himself, though. That was the scary part. He was as himself. So they really had to deal with some stuff. But I think this is cool.
This is fantastic. No, it's definitely the lighting is off. Again, we're not used to seeing Goku in a 3D model other than, like, he's been in cel shaded games. The only time there was a 3D model was, like, dare I say, Budokai 1. Budokai 1 had 3D models.
Budokai Tenkaichi had 3D models. So did
probably
the Xenoverse.
one of those Butoden games. Oh yeah, but like
No,
I've only seen them cell. No, oh, okay.
No, none of the Butoden.
I just remember cell shaded stuff from all of PS2 eras. But this is
this might be the Xenoverse character design, because people use a lot of Xenoverse stuff because Xenoverse still gets updates. But I wouldn't be surprised if this is the Xenoverse mod or this person just made it from scratch, because it looks good.
More than likely, yeah. I don't know. It's banana sandwich. It makes it just fits. It doesn't even look like Omniman. And what got me was the back two from full screen was just like
it's fast.
It's straight up. It makes you realize, man, this is the reason I stopped playing this game. Okay, cool, great.
The question is, who do we make Vegeta? Because we need this to happen or just some bad guy like Piccolo or something, right? Original Piccolo, or I don't know. It needs to happen. Somebody do it so we can get some.
Just be an assist.
I mean, true, but I would like to see them do a mod where they change the moveset to try to get the perfect modded moveset for a character, just for fun. Don't take it online. Don't ruin it for everybody. But just enjoy it for what it is. But guys, if you like the mod, guess what? Unfortunately, it's only on PC. So that being said, if you have PS5, which is the standard, I'm sorry. If your PC can't play it because they forgot to update the games because of the processor, I'm sorry. So if your game works, get the mod. Stop playing Omni-Man. Play Goku, the true hero of the people.
Start playing the Monkey King. All right. Sounds good to me. What?
Yeah, I just would have liked to see the fatality. That would have been cool.
Oh, it's down there. It's right underneath it. If you go check out the tweet, it is by Casual Tay. Save it for your eyes on a different day. Because it is still the quite violent subway scene. Anyway, so yeah, that is I think that's our show today, huh?
Yeah, that's gonna be it. With that being said, thanks guys for watching. We truly appreciate it, and thanks for tuning in and listening. But for those who are down to get in touch with us a little bit more and talk to us a little bit more, you can contact us on our social media. So you can find me, of course, on @MezaFGC, whether it be on Twitter, Twitch, you name it. Of course, I'll be doing more DFO stuff. December 18th, I have my DFO tournament. December 16th, I have my 16th. Whoa, did I say that wrong? Yeah, 16th. I have my event that's going to be happening, Nightfall Season 1 Championship. So that's going to be pretty fun to watch if you haven't checked out DFO. And Gabe, where can they find you?
You can find me Static Gorilla on almost platforms. This week, I don't know. You can definitely. I'll be tweeting it out on what channel I'll be watching the Game Awards on. Whether it's here, whether in my own, one of us will be watching it, and we'll be having fun. Either roasting trailers or just enjoying the trailers, getting surprised again. Nothing like getting surprised watching Sephiroth show up in Smash. That was probably my favorite one a couple years back. But let's see what happens this year. Hopefully we get some more characters, even maybe an Ed trailer. So be on the lookout for that.
Absolutely. And of course, you guys can obviously check out additional podcasts on mashthosebuttons.com by just doing /shows and checking out any of the shows that you're interested in or any of anything else there. Of course, make sure you guys leave comments, questions, and give us feedback, as we always love it. We'll talk about it here. We'll give you some insight. Of course, if you'd like to get a little bit more personal, you could join our community as well, where you can talk to us on the Discord. So definitely check that out. You can also go through mashthosebuttons.com to check that out as well and follow us there. And if you'd like to, make sure you share, because sharing is caring, and it supports us very much. So you guys can share with your family and friends. Of course, don't forget to rate and review our podcast as your favorite podcast, and give us good ratings, because we like good ratings. Good ratings are nice. But of course, guys.
Also, real quick to add to that, there has been a discussion about about Spotify recaps. Some of us did talk about the Spotify recap. We appreciate all of y'all in our Spotify recap that have been listening throughout the entire world. Can't believe they're actually extending to all of y'all. Appreciate y'all for that as well. Just wanted to throw in those 2 cents, maybe 5 cents. I don't know.
Of course, you guys can go to mash.gg/support to show your support and check out some of the apparel or anything else that we have there to support Mash Those Buttons. And don't forget, last but not least, stay tuned afterwards so that you guys can hear more about Mash Those Buttons and anything that would be pertaining to Double Tap or other shows that you might be interested. With that being said, guys, we are done. That was a lot. It was fun. But
it's okay. No, it's fine. There's a lot of content and a lot more to come through.
Of course. But guys, we will, of course, see you next week. Make sure you guys get your fill and sit tight, and we'll be back for more Double Tap action next week.